In this video, I'm going to show you how to make a Space War shooting game using Python and React. Let me show you how it works now. So it's a pretty simple game, kind of like Galaga. I have a game like this in the App Store that I made a couple years ago, and it helps me get jobs to this day. So if you make something like this and put it in your portfolio, it could help you get jobs too. Now I'm going to show you how to make it. Once you have like Python and everything set up on your computer, you're going to create a folder. So I've already created mine, and you're going to run npx create react app. And yeah, this is just going to create all the folders that we need. I forgot to put a period right there, space period. Don't forget that period because it needs a directory. And now it's installing everything we need. You can see right here some of the packages that are being installed. Okay, so it's done doing everything that it needs to do, and you can see all the folders and files that we're basically going to need. These are the node modules. We're not going to really work in that right now, just mostly this public folder and the source folder. All right, so I'm actually going to make two new folders, one called front end and one called back end, and we're just going to move all of these files into the front end. And from there, we're going to go into public index.html. We're going to delete all this inside of here. All right, so yeah, just save that. This is basically just a title of what it's going to say, like on the tab of the web page. We're going to go to the source folder, and we're going to make a new file called main.jsx. This main.jsx is going to be what starts the app. Okay, cool. Once you're done with that, now we're going to go to the app.js right here. Go into app.js, delete everything, and do some imports. We're going to import React. We're going to import game. Yep, we don't have this yet, but we're going to make it. So yeah, this is going to be what actually displays the app on the web page. Now we're going to make the core file of this space shooting game. It's going to be the game.jsx file. So we're going to make that inside the source folder. We're going to import React, and we're also going to import Phaser. Phaser is basically a game library that's going to allow us to have all the physics and stuff like that. All right, this is our main function. All right, and let's just get to work right here. All right, so this is going to be the main scene here. Let's do this constructor. All right, in this constructor we have the player, the bullets. We're just naming all this stuff, the score, how many lives we have, right? So we're gonna start off with 0 score. We're gonna start off with 3 lives, and this right here is talking about the actual like pause button and stuff like that, the game over screen. And now after, we're gonna do this preload. This preload is gonna have all of the character, like the images, right? These are like already on the internet and pretty standard characters. So like how you see this triangle here, right? The square for the enemies and the bullets and stuff like that. Like these are all like standard stuff that we're gonna use and import right now. I'm just gonna copy and paste it, to be honest. All right, so you can see here, this is the player in the image. This is the enemy, and this is the bullets. Okay, so now that we're done with that, we're gonna do create, and this is just gonna have like a bunch of physics for the game. All right, so we have the width and the height, because we're gonna have things moving back and forth. This part's for the player. Okay, we have the player, the groups. We're gonna keep moving forward from there. It's gonna show like the actual score and all that stuff. Okay, so this is gonna show the text. This shows right here the score and the lives. Now we want to show us the pause button. All right, let's do the pause overlay, which is literally, the pause overlay is literally this right here when it says pause. All this code will be in my Discord too, if you are like, if this is mad confusing for you, or if I'm going too fast or something like that. Now we're going to set the controls for the game. So left to right, we'll move the character left and right. And the part that I actually like shoot the bullets. Okay, now let's do the pause key. You can see here we have going left, right, and the space bar, which is going to do the actual shooting. And the pause button is just going to be P. This is going to be the part that actually spawns the enemies into the screen. And we're also going to have to add some collisions, right? Because the enemies are going to be able to crash into the player. Okay, we're done with the crate. Now, let's do toggle pause, which is obviously going to trigger the pause. Like what an actual pause is. Okay, now that we're done with that, let's do an update. This update block here just enforces the actual runtime of the game. Okay, now we're gonna do the shoot block. All right, and now we're gonna do the spawn enemy block, which is, you know, obviously gonna spawn the enemies. You dig what I'm saying? Now handle bullet enemy. All right, now lose life. Why does that shit keep happening? Where's it going? All right, and now we're gonna do the end game block. Yeah, this is basically just the end game page. So it's gonna say game over, show you your score with the high score, right? This is just CSS, so it can look cool. The restart button, so you can start over again. And yeah, this is like basically stuff for the restart as well. All right, const config. Let's have the audio off. Okay, we're kind of like at the end of this, which is amazing because it's like the longest file of this game. And we're gonna do a return here. Return. Yeah, for the name we're gonna call it Space War because yeah, bro, that's the game, or that's the name of the game that I have made. So now that we've done that main part, we're just gonna do one more file, and it's gonna be the backend file. Okay, so let's go to the backend folder that we created, and we're gonna make a new file. We're gonna make a new file called app.py. It's gonna be our Python file, and we're gonna have a little Python here, right? So we're gonna do from fast API. You know, we're just doing our imports like we always do. Import SQLite. We actually have a little SQL in here, chat. I personally really like SQL, but yeah, creating a little database. Yeah, this file is basically just gonna store the scores that we have, like the high score and all that stuff. All right, we should be good now. So let's just run it really quick. We actually need to change into the front end. Now let's do npm start. Oh, it says something's already running. Hold on, I'll just put yes. All right, let's see our game, chat. Let's see how it's looking. It's not working. Can't resolve phaser. I think phaser is just not installed. So we need to install phaser. Make sure we have a phaser installed. We're gonna install phaser. Now let's start it again, see what happens. And yeah, it's literally working, chat, as you guys can see. So like all we need to do now is just kind of fix the CSS. Okay, so I'll do that really quick with y'all. We're just gonna add a few things to this app.css in the source folder. I'm gonna just copy and paste the stuff that I had here. As you can see, we added like a page background, some wrappers, game container, right? And you can see the colors. So we're gonna save that. Make sure you import apps.css in the index.js file as well, so that it can pop up. Now let's go take a look, and that's how you do it, chat. We have a whole game that we can play, a Space War game that we built with Python and React. If you guys want to learn the basics of Python programming, you can check out my ebook. It's called Python for Noobs. It's perfect for beginners. Has a few projects in there that you guys can try, and it literally shows you how to set up Python on your computer and all that stuff. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys put this in your portfolio, and I hope this helps y'all get jobs too. Stay safe. Peace. You guys can play this game for free if you want to at fastestsupremebot.com/minigame. When you go to fastestsupremebot.com, just click the minigame button on the top right. You can play it for free.